Hey guys, it's Ben, coach of the Baltimore Oriolus, here with GPC Week 10. We're taking on Rufus, coach of the Parasens. His team consists of Victini, Tapu Fini, Superior, Gudra, Nihilego, Golurk, Metagross, Scrafty, and Megapincer. Rufus and I are both sitting at 5-4 right now, so the winner of this game has a very good shot at playoffs, and the loser of this game has a very good shot not to make playoffs. Although theoretically, the loser could make playoffs depending on depending on the outcomes of the other games, because the playoff race is just so tight. But that's not very likely. So we really got to win this game if we want to advance. So let's hop right into the team we're bringing. First up, we got Mega Diancie. So you'll notice his fairy resists are Victini, Nihilego, and Metagross. None of those things wants to take an Earth Power to the face, so he really has no switch in. I mean, Tapu Fini is bulky, and he could run something like, I don't know, AV or Shookaberry Metagross. Maybe take a hit a little bit better. So I suppose he can play around it a little bit, but Diancie still throttles his team. So that's an easy bring there. All I really need is Moonblast and Earth Power. Rock Polish and Stealth Rock are just extra. Stealth Rock is nice because he's got like Mega Pinsir on his team, and Rock Polish is there like if I just wanted to clean. Like if his Metagross goes down, because that's like his only solid revenge killer, I can just set up a Rock Polish and start clicking Moonblast, and maybe I can pull out a sweep depending on the health of the rest of his team. Next up, we got Torrentee. We're bringing AV. That way we can take hits better from stuff like Superior, Tapu Fini. I don't know if I can take a Power Dome from Nihilego. It might depend on the set. But yeah, I'm bringing AV so I can take hits better. Mostly from Superior. That's mainly what I want to check. But also, I can knock off Gudra's Assault Vest, because Gudra is like probably one of his main switch-ins to Torrentee, since it's like so specially defensive. I can knock off the Assault Vest there. If he wants to send in something like Metagross instead, like if it's AV Metagross like I said before, then I can knock that off, or I can Heat Wave it. Torrentee really does have a pretty good matchup against this team. His flying resists include like what? Nihilego and Metagross? Yeah, that's it. I can knock off Nihilego as it has like no physical defense, and Metagross I already talked about. Next up, we got Jirachi. Like I said, he's got a Nihilego on his roster, and Jirachi is possibly the best Nihilego check in the game. I've got Iron Head, Fire Punch, U-Turn, and Play Rough. I really have no need for Zen Headbutt, so I'm not bringing it. I realized that Iron Head is just better against literally every single one of his Pokemon. There's no reason to click Zen Headbutt. So I am bringing Fire Punch there to cover for stuff like Metagross and Pinsir, which would otherwise be able to take Jirachi's hits pretty well. I've got Play Rough there because that's like just a last slot filler move in replace of Zen Headbutt, and because I didn't know what else to bring. I figured, I mean, may as well have something to revenge kill +2 Scrafty, because this is what this Jirachi is trying to outspeed, a max speed Scrafty at +2. And Play Rough should be able to revenge kill like under all circumstances. Next up, we got a Lumamolo. This thing is very physically defensive, and it's got a Rocky Helmet. It's my dedicated Victini switch-in, as well as pseudo Mega Pinsir check. Like I said, Rocky Helmet plus insane physical defense. It's going to eat up physical hits pretty dang well. We got enough speed there to speed creep him and not invest in Metagross, and that speed will also allow me to speed creep a Golurk, speed creeping and not invest in a Lumamola. Liquidation and knockoff. That does make me totally walled by Tapu Fini, but I mean, like, no matter what Lumamola set I bring, I'm going to get walled by the Tapu Fini. I can't run Toxic because we're in Misty Terrain. And there really aren't any other moves that Lumamola gets. I could run, what, like, HP Electric? I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of walled by the Fini. That's about it there. Next up, we got Tangela. This thing, it's mostly there because he's got a Superior on his roster, and Superior just comes in against the Lumamola, like, every time. This thing can eat up Leech Seeds. I've got HP Fire there to hit both Superior and the Mega Pinsir, because those would probably be his two switch-ins to Tangela. Leech Seed is just really nice against this team. It hits everything except for, again, Superior. And I suppose Sap Sip or Gudra if you wanted to bring that. Knockoff just really nice against the entire team. And lastly, we got Kieran Black. This thing it's a monster as always. Electrium Z and Fusion Bolt. I don't need any investment for this, but I can 2-hit KO even Walkenberry Tapu Fini if I play it right. Like, I can Fusion Bolt the first turn, pop the Walkenberry, then Gigavolt's Havoc should be able to kill Tapu Fini on the next turn. So that's the plan there. I didn't really optimize the spread very well, because I just thought, okay, what am I doing with this Kyurem? I wanted to be able to take a hit from Tapu Fini, right? Right. Less physical defense, let's put the rest in special defense. That was basically the duration of my thought process. So yeah, that is the team we're bringing. Thank you for watching the team builder, and I'll see you in a sec for the battle. Alright, we're back. Interesting side note, this was the first game that I've ever had to play from my phone, because the whole laptop explosion thing. Yeah, anyway. So he brings Mega Pinsir, Metagross, Nihilego, Victini, Tapu Fini, and Scrafty. So I wasn't really sure what to lead, but I felt like Kyurem Black just made sense because it just body bags his entire team anyway. So I am going to lead Kyurem Black, as he does lead the Tapu Fini, so I can put my Gigavolt Havoc plan into action. So I'll Fusion Build turn 1 here, pop the Walkenberry, which he does have, as he misses the Nature's Madness, which is interesting, because had he landed that, he might have stayed in, because as you'll see here, he does switch out, as I do pop the Gigavolt Havoc on the Metagross switch. The fact that he switches in a Metagross to a Kyurem B screams that he's Shook-a-Berry. So, obviously, like, Earth Power is still my play. So he's going to Bullet Punch me, and that's going to do less than half despite being a mild nature. And yeah, he is Shook-a-Berry, so Earth Power is going to be able to 2-hit KO. I figured it would just made enough, like, I didn't want to have to sack Kyurem, essentially, but getting rid of Metagross so early is so huge for Diancie, because Metagross was the main thing that would be able to revenge kill it. And having that out of the way just puts Diancie in a great shape to sweep later. So now he sends in the Nihilego, probably going to want to get a boost. So instead of going into Jirachi, I go into Diancie expecting a foul play, but instead he does go for the knockoff. So my obvious Jirachi switch in, he clicked knockoff, predicting my obvious Jirachi switch in, but I did want to go into Diancie, that way I could take a hit better. I could take a dark hit. I was expecting foul play, but knockoff, that works too. Works out even better. So now that Diancie's in, I'm just going to click Earth Power, as he doesn't really have a Diancie switch in period, and he's just going to stack Nihilego. Maybe he was expecting me to click Moonblast, predicting the Tapu Fini or the Pinsir to switch in, but now he sends in the Fini, which makes sense because Diancie can't kill this thing from where it's at. So I am forced to switch out here, and I'm going to go into Tangela. This is going to Moonblast and do like no damage. You get special attack drop, that doesn't really matter since I'm clicking Leech Seed anyway. And now the Pinsir is seated. So with that in mind, I am going to go into Kyurem Black, mostly as a sack, but maybe if he wants to Swords Dance, I can get a little bit of health back, but no, he is just going to click Return, and Kyurem's going to drop. So now I'm going to go into Torn T, and I am going to instead, okay, so like, you don't stay in with your Mega Pinsir on the Torn T, but he does, so I don't know if he's predicting the U-turn or if he just didn't have a switch in, but I'm going to send in a Lomola, eat up the return, and chip him even down with Leech Seed and Rocky, chip him down even more with Leech Seed and Rocky Helmet. Now he's going to send in the Tapu Fini, which again I get walled by it, but I'm going to click Liquidation anyway, chip it down just a little bit more. Now I'm going to go into Tangela on the taunt, so I can't Leech Seed right now. So I'm going to predict the Pinsir switch in, and I'm going to click Hidden Power Fire, but that doesn't really work out as he goes into Scrafty. And I'm just starting to realize, oh wait, that's a Scrafty. That's scary. What do I do? So I have a couple of ideas in mind. I fully expect him to click Dragon Dance here. I fully expect the Dragon Dance, and if he's at +1, he's outspeeding Mega Diancie. The only things that outspeed Scrafty at +1 are Torn T and Jirachi. The only thing that outspeeds it at +2 is Jirachi, which still can revenge kill with Play Rough. But because Torn T can outspeed at +1, I have an idea. I'm going to go into Diancie here to cover the knockoff play if he wants to knock him my Eviolite, but he is going to click Dragon Dance. That's fine, that's just part of the plan. So now, he can probably kill me from this range, depending on what move he clicks. So he's probably going to click a fighting move. Now I go into Torn T, because I should outspeed, and I should be able to live any hit from this thing. Not any hit, but a fighting move. So all-out pummeling is going to do a lot, but I do survive. So now I have Torn T in against a Scrafty at +1. I should outspeed this under all circumstances, and I don't know if Hurricane kills from this range. I don't remember the calc, but it's going to do a serious amount of damage, and Jirachi will just be able to revenge kill anyway with, like, U-turn. So I am going to click Hurricane, and I miss. And he gets up another Dragon Dance, so now I'm just like, whoa. Now he's going to knock me off. Not that it really matters, he just needed to kill. So now it's an Jirachi. They called me crazy for running Player of Jirachi to outspeed a +2 Scrafty, but it worked. Now he's going to send in Victini, and I'm going to switch in a Lomola, as again, that's basically my dedicated switch in. He's going to take Rocky Helmet damage on the U-turn as he goes right back out into Tapu Fini, which again walls me. Now I'll go into Jirachi, try to take a hit from this thing. This is going to go from the Nature's Madness and chip me down to half. Now he's going to go into Victini, as I think I predicted the Pinsir. No, I just U-turned out for momentum. I just predicted him to switch out, period. So now I'm going to go to Diancie against the Victini, and to scout to see if he's Scarf, I am going to double into Lomola, eat up the Zen Headbutt, and he's going to take even more chip from Rocky Helmet. So now I'm going to Wish Up, and I should be able to 1v1 this Pinsir. He's going to Swords Dance, I'm just going to Liquidation. That takes him down to half of the health he had before. So another Liquidation should finish him off, and I should be able to Ether Return, no problem. Rocky Helmet plus Liquidation is going to finish off the Mega Pinsir. And to preserve my Victini check, well, first I'm going to Protect to scout what move he's going to click, because I do expect him to be Choice Locked. I don't remember from the calc if... I don't remember from that calc if he was banded. But now I'm going to send in Jirachi. And here, like... I just want to start clicking Iron Head so I can get a free switch into Diancie. So I get one flinch on the Tapu Fini, and back-to-back crits, so that's a thing. So he's not Scarf Victini, as I go for an Iron Head and get another flinch. And I go for another Iron Head, and get another flinch. That's not how I wanted to win the game. I just wanted to get the switch into Diancie so that it could clean up. I didn't want to have to, like, hack some out there at the end, but... I mean, it's Pokemon. It is what it is. So, I expected to win that one 3-0, but instead we win 4-0, and because of the outcome of that game, because it was 4-0 win, we clinch a playoff spot. As of right now, Rufus is 5-5 -1 after that game. We are 6-4 +9. Even if Jock was to win his game 6-0, he still wouldn't have 9 differential, and... the only person who can pass us at this point is Matt. So even if Matt passes us, we get 3rd place, and that is a playoff spot. But right now, we're in 2nd behind Josh. And this game was a couple weeks ago. That was supposed to be the end of Week 10, but of course, there are people who don't play their games on time, so they had a bit of an extension. A lot of people had an extension until the week after, and they finally got around to playing their games. So we finally have the final... We've got the final standings right here. So, first place in Division A was Josh in the Texas Turtwigs, the dude we lost to in Week 2. He finished 8-2. He got a forfeit loss to Jock, who got 3rd place in Division A, whose record was 6-4 +5. We were 6-4 +9. So, Josh got 1st, we got 2nd, Jock got 3rd, all in Division A. Division B, Johnny got 1st, 7-3. Brandon got 2nd, 5-5 +3. And Gareth got 3rd, 5-5 -4. So how playoffs are going to work. The 2nd place person in Division A plays the 3rd place person in Division B, and vice versa. The 2nd place person in Division B plays the 3rd place person in Division A, and the 1st place dudes have bye week. And then the 1st place dudes play the winners of the quarters games, and the winners of those obviously go to finals. So we will be facing Gareth in quarterfinals, the dude who we played a few weeks ago, the Pessimy Angers. Like I said, he was 5-5 -4. He squeaked into playoffs by 1 differential point over Carson, who actually had to drop. So he squeaked into playoffs by 1 differential point over Carson's replacement. So interestingly enough, the 3 guys who made playoffs in Division B were the 3 guys we played in the inter-conference weeks. In the 3 interdivisional weeks, these were the 3 guys we faced. They're all in playoffs, so that's cool. So yeah, we somehow squeak into playoffs after that 2-4 start. We're now 6-4, and like, I didn't think we'd be able to pull this off. I mean, I knew it was possible, but I didn't have a lot of faith in myself. But hey, we did it. We won out. So we are now in playoffs. We're going to be facing Gareth, like I said, facing Gareth next week. So see you guys then. Thanks for watching. See you next week. And by next week, I mean, like, I don't know. More like 2 weeks from now. We're going to take on Gareth for GPC quarterfinals. See you guys then.